Hi there, my name is Jamie Devine. Welcome to I Am Divinity.
Here at I Am Divinity, what we do is we help you unlock your inner power.
So that's what we're doing. Don told me his vision of raising humanity's consciousness to the level of 700 on the scale, enlightenment.
That's power.
Imagine how healthy our community will be.
They're so pure and so powerful.
Whispers of the morning stars.
No one has escaped this topic ever on the planet. And so, what is it that we're referring to? Well, a individual took my program 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 times ago, and said that we were excluding God. So I better bring that to the forefront and explain how the divinity fits. That's what I'm talking about. Our divinity. And so I'm really pleased that this brought this to our attention, because it is a really, people really can get very confused. Now, I'm going to start from where I started, which was growing up in a strict Irish Catholic environment. I was an altar boy for 8 years. I went to we as a family, there was 10 kids dead, and we went to mass every Sunday. You couldn't miss mass. We said the rosary every day on our knees on the tile floor. And my fellow guys, Lord, really feel bad. Holy Mary, Mother of God, very sorry. Yeah, that one. And so there's religions. Well, how do you measure religions? Well, there's a way you can do that. Consciousness scale. Consciousness scale. An actual consciousness of something, whether it be a religion, program, whether it was doctrine, did everything she could to get me to be an altar. Yeah, for sure. She just did everything possible. But I was the one in the family that was going to make the family this wow family. And so that didn't happen. That didn't happen. And even though Mom did her best. Yes, like I said, altar boy for 8 years. Taught by the nuns in school. Started with prayers, finished with prayers. In the meantime, just ruthless ripping apart of making people feel small, those kind of things. Never ended, whether it was in school or in the church or in the community. Constant. So how does this work? I've been around different religions. Certainly I even above that. Oh, and the high vibrational songs, devotions, all of those. So I did a lot. I went for a month at a time, sometimes in vision. So certainly, I certainly have personal background. So the last time I did something, with quite a bit of intent behind it, was I went to excuse see if I can collect it. Oh yes. So and I mentioned this previously podcast that I went to mass every day, not every Sunday, every day for a whole year. Yeah, went to mass every day for a whole year. Went to communion every day for a whole year. Went to confession every week for a whole year. Guess what? Not one thing changed. Not one thing changed. How is that? How did that not happen? How did something not amazing not happen? That's a lot of commitment. That's next thing to being a priest or whatever. Really? I remember one time this Father Dollinger went to confession. He said, "Mention this." Okay, Father Dollinger. Okay. So, like, and spitting on the sidewalk was a sin. Like everything was a sin. Everything was a sin. Not what you did or didn't do. Um, so it was pretty. It was actually toxic. Unknown truth, it was toxic. And so it's like, now what? I went to personal development. I did. I can't even remember all learning. Uh, did it all. And key about it was, did I really notice something? And it wasn't in a church. It wasn't doing the stations of the cross. Oh yeah, that was another thing, especially on Easter, especially at Easter, stations of the cross. Did all of that. Nothing, nothing. Uh, so where would I go? Where did I go? And all of a sudden, what it doing some getting away. And I personally was taking people in transformations. But those transformations didn't seem, they didn't hold, last, same, especially, the whole negative beliefs to positive, not good enough to good enough, worthy to worthy, not love to love, all of those kind of things. And them worked. A little, boom, back to the, yeah, it was interesting how I was led. I was led to this perfection, infinity, and even finding it. Like, how was it? What did that look like? What did it sound like? And what did it feel like? And it was quite the thing, because I did have the two opposing what I could. Level by those teaching whatever ism, no matter what it was. Yet they had all of these toxic systems running like crazy. Once again, I self-direct month at a time. I was searching. Like, I searched. Tell me something that you didn't, and there's a pretty big chance I did it. There's a pretty big chance I did that. Searching. That there was still never this like uneasiness, settlement, something missing. What's missing? Missing. And yes, I had the name of Jesus and Jesus Christ and like Immaculate Heart of Mary and like all of the names, all of it. Stations, like just on and on. Not one you could say, ask me if did I do it or did not. Answer would have been yes. And so, how does this fit? And the guy that left the message, where does God fit in with your divinity? Well, I could say mantra, healing, and silent and God fit in. Of course, Irish Catholic, followed Jesus Christ's path, Mary's path, all of that. Did everything. Not good enough. We're these of the like I'm a bad person. I'm punished, and this went on. Change. This divine. But what's the difference between the word God? Divinity. Difference. Difference. Is there a difference? Who has it and who doesn't? Where is it and where's it gone and where's it here and what's that look like? I'm going to tell you personally. Person that innocent. For instance, tell me I'm on the right. I'm not budging, just so you know. I'm okay with someone of other background and taking or not taking this process. I'm not trying to convince of anybody. I'm going to tell you something. There are animals, children, that don't listen to any of that shit. They don't have any of the mantras. They don't have any of that. Don't have any of that. I know. Multiple. I've walked through the Dubai. My mom, what? There was approximately 1,500 people in the Dubai Mall looked at me, talked to me, winked at me, shook my hand, gave me hugs, like, wow, and stared at me, asked me questions, all of that. All of that. I was in my I that's now I have a beautiful I have put it on the internet. So I was actually I was in one of the SM malls in the Philippines, and I was just about 20, 30 feet away from a group of people. I didn't hardly even notice them in there. But what it was parents, and there was 8 children. 5 or 8. We'll say 5. And I was over here by this door. I was just, what am I going? Where am I going? All of those. It just from the corner. This little turned out to be at 3 years of age. I'm walking a beeline straight over. Well, she looked smart. I'm all of them surrounded me. Is that? Tell me what that is. Tell you what. It's our godliness, our divinity. And you can put a God name to it, Muhammad, Buddha, Jesus. I don't give a care. All I know, we are divine. Not godliness. I don't care. I tell you, matters to matters. I never had anything, say anything, do anything. That's just one. Once I was walking, I was in the Philippines. I'm walking along this path. Just heard these kids behind me. Here they were running. They were running, trying to catch up to me, say hi. Huh. Got dogs, cats. I'm like, I mean, what is that? You? I don't give. You don't. I call it oneness. Greater one. I am for those types of situations. Oh, I don't care what the So, coming back to that whole piece about God within, and how do we recognize it by that light? We recognize it by others recognizing it. I know what it feels like. I have pictures of 10 people around me. I have pictures of 20 people around me. 20 people around me. I didn't say anything. I didn't hold up a cross. I didn't say I'm a Christian. I didn't say I'm a Buddhist. I didn't say any of that. And then never did, and I never will. That's not what this is about. I'll tell you what it's about: divine nature. That's what it is. You can put a name. Yeah, I'm okay. But it is our divinity. Our divinity is Christ consciousness, that Buddha consciousness, the whatever. I remember a dear friend of mine, Don Morrison, actually, and I was working with Research in Motion at that time, and he was the chief operating officer. But he was best friends with Buddha, and he would go on these treks. Like they would have these big events, and there would be 100 people there from all over, all of that. And I remember once specifically, John used to come to see me once, and he had a lot of responsibilities, and he felt that divinity was really holding all up in place. Anyway, he'd come out from Toronto to Vancouver to say, Don, there was I can't remember, but I think he said something like 150 people were at this. No, sorry. And he said, you know what, Don? It was only at the vibration. Here's somebody that he had a stronger Catholicism energy. Now, doesn't matter whether it was Catholicism or Protestantism or whatever, but that's what he had. And he had this knowledge, way beyond me, way beyond. He said, I got to tell you, Don, there was only 4 people there that had the same light as you. 4. That's what he told me. How did that happen? I'm telling you, it wasn't from going and kneeling on a wooden kneeling board, saying the rosary, doing the Stations of the Cross, all of those things. It wasn't. It was me identifying the ego energy. Identifying the ego energy. What it looked like and how it tricked people to even not do the best thing they could possibly do for them. Now, whether this person that called it's a trick, keep him out of his pure light, or it isn't, that's something he'll have to figure out on. I won't be doing the testing. And so coming back to Dawn, It's it's simply amazing how high a vibration you are in relationship to all of those highly, highly religious people from all over the world. How did that happen? Any idea? Oh, I'm telling you. Telling you. I did. Able to identify the ego energy, even the way it's hidden in religiosity, even hidden in godness. All of those. All of those. And it's so tricky because when you start using the intellect, the brain to tell you things, well, you're on the wrong track right off the bat. So getting to the mind is different. Getting to the mind is different than the brain. Brain is full of ego. Just chatter, 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 chatter. Yeah. Just chatter, 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 chatter. But the mind is different. But our divineness, where we are, is quiet stillness. It's quiet stillness. There is no chatter. It's like, and the heart chakra, so you know, the heart chakra, when you're doing the religion thing, the God thing from a religion place, almost exclusively, there's this chattering energy going on. This chattering energy going on. Keep you busy. Keep you busy. That's what it is. And that's not the same. This quiet stillness. The one that the dogs, the cats noticed in that time that there was a minimum of 1,500 at the Dubai Mall. As I was walking through, they just stared at my light. That's it. Now, I don't care what in the hell name put to that. I do know one thing. I know what it's like. Be in that light. I know what it's like for everyone to see that light. They can see it from a distance. They can see it from a distance. Dogs, cats, different. Oh my God! How did they know that? How did that cat know that? Or the lady that was age 120 had not moved for, I can't remember what the number was. She was just in this little shack, and I told my lady friend I wanted. I went to see the 120. Now, I've seen a lot of hundreds. I do everything I can. 100, anything 100 and 100 over, I'll do everything I can to interact with them, see them, talk to them, go see them, visit them, whatever. This one was 120. As soon as I entered, she sat up. I have a picture sitting. Other one, she was going to be 94. Had her in the SM Mall, Philippines, and I was in a lineup to the bank. I was going to the bank machine, in a lineup, and she was in a wheelchair. Her daughter was pushing her, and I just saw her. And anytime I see someone that's of that age category, I will go out of my way to say hi, and I did. And I put out my hand to shake her hand. She would not let go. We were there for half an hour. She wouldn't let go of my hand. Her daughter just did everything she could. I have a picture of her, the mother, the daughter, trying to let her let go of my hand. Now, what's that? What's that? That's us in our light. I don't care what your name is that you put to that. I don't give a damn. Whether that's Buddha or Krishna or Jesus or whatever. That's all ego. That mine's better than yours and yours is not as good as mine and all of that. Yeah. Because then it's like comparing, instead of finding out that divineness. That's what we're here for. I am divinity. It's the fastest track that I know of, other than having a near-death experience of some sort. That's the only one that well, first of all, have experienced myself, but second of all, someone have that experience of going from their ego energy to their divinity. Now, do you actually think that this God in heaven or wherever this God is, behind this tree, wherever it is interested in how? Like, it's like, what if we could walk your light enough that dogs follow you, kids run up to you, 1,500 people in a mall interact with me? You tell me what that is. Was that my jacket? Was that my scarf? Was it my blue eyes? It wasn't. Oh, it wasn't. It was me and my light. What it was. Yes, I had a pink suit on. Yes, there was that. So that's one of the draws. But yeah. But it happened every day. Every time. Whether I went to the largest mall in the world, the Dubai Mall, or whether it was one of the 96 SM malls in the Philippines, it didn't matter. Whether I was walking on that street or this street, or whether that pack of dogs or that cat or whatever would come up to me. And people would walk out of their stores in malls to say hi. I'm telling you what they were saying hi to. They were saying hi to this light that I hold, that I call divine light. And I don't put a label to it, such as that's my God, or that's my God, or that's my God, or that's my God. It is, we are that. And when we get rid of all of the ego, not good enoughs, the non-deservings, the not worthy, the not loves, or the loves and the worthy and I'm the best and all of those, and you get rid of all of those, the more you do that, the more you're whittling away at the ego, whittling away at the good enoughs and not good enoughs, and I'm better and they're better and I got this and you don't have it, and that's all the ego. Every single one of those words is ego. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. But yet I don't have to say a word. Those 1,500 people, I never said a word. Never motioned them to come to see me. I never said anything. They just they just circled me like they were like 5 and 8 deep. That's what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be in your light. You can put any damn name to it you want. That's not what it's about. It's about you being in your life. It's not about this religion is better than that religion, because that's ego too. Comparing. Exactly. And if it just keeps you busy, caring. I got the better. My God's better than your God. My religion's better than your religion. That's a bunch of bullshit. So, you know, it really is. Your job. What the I am divinity says is to clean up all systems, both negative and positive, of who you think you are. Clean it all up so you can live in this divinity, who you truly are, with no labels whatsoever. What this is. That's exactly what. When that happens, people will see innocent kids. Imagine 3 years of age, right? Being in my. The fact that she was near to that bush way back there, away, it's even that much more startling. Yeah. Oh, no, like I said, a picture of 8 women behind me, all around me, wanting their picture taken. No matter where I go, there's that. To be in my life. That is my job in my life. It's your job. Get rid of all of the not good enoughs, not worthies, good enoughs, worthies. I'm better than you. I'm better than this. All of that. Yeah. You received the Eucharist today. No. I didn't do that. No. Ah. Oh my God. Yeah. like seriously. All those rituals and routines created by man. Created by man. Yes. Created by man. Well, this wasn't created by. Well, yes. Mom and dad created me from that perspective. From that perspective, yes. I'm talking about there's this way of creating a human, but it's meant to be this angelic being. Look at a little baby that's, be a year ago now. I was going with a lady in the Philippines, and her sister, pregnant. And when she was, I think it was about 7 months pregnant, somewhere in that vicinity, called the lady I was going with. Could you ask Dawn? Could you ask Dawn to come up with a name for my daughter that I'll be having pretty soon? Which was about turned out to be, I think, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, something like that. So she told me, and yeah, here's the name. What she wanted was a name with my name in it. Okay, that's what she wanted. I said, well, I do have a name. What is it? Danelda. Danelda. So when we went to their hometown, she had just given birth 3 days earlier. Walked in. I help. divine being. Never went to church, know anything about God, didn't know anything, none of that. But she just radiating from me, holding this little 3-year young, not old, 3-year young Danelda. Beautiful was that. And I can't remember when it was, but I held her when she was 1. She's now 1.5. Okay? And Miss Danelda. What the beauty, like just so not in a building, not going to see the Pope. It's not these ashrams. It's all right. Just have to get rid of everything that's not. We can see. I achieve to about this process that can happen a couple of hours or less to uncover all the ego programs and patterns, to uncover them all, identify them all, everyone, not half of them, not a quarter, not a third, not a tenth, none of that, and go, boom! Have all the ego energy dissolve in an instant. That's what this is. Then you're left with the purity of your divinity. And I don't give a damn what you name it. I call it divine divinity. That's it. Now, you can keep all of your labels and all of your religious stuff, and I got to do this and all of those, and how it's leaving God out. When in actuality, we are all God. Just to be clear, what we're doing is clearing out everything that stops you from seeing that's who you are. So I encourage you, take this because of its speed, that you're not spending 2 or 5 lifetimes or 20 years or 10, but it's in 2 hours. 2 hours in a group. Like seriously. Oh my God. Now I see that every day that I work with someone. You can have that. Not in 2 hours, but it's 2 hours in duration. You have that gift for life. Because everybody has had a trauma, and almost exclusively those traumas happen in the womb. In the womb. And you just build those belief systems. Like the guy that talked to me, or like all of the religious people, like the Father Butler that told me that I was too stupid to be an altar boy. Or Sister James Marie, the tyrant that put me to the bottom of the line. You know, because they had this good enough, not good enough, and the Smiths were not good enough. Smiths were not good for those religious people. Yeah. So it's time to get rid of every single thing that ever happened in your whole life that had a negative impact on you. Gone. Gone. Less than 2 hours. You in your shining bright light. Now, if you can find that somewhere else, you go for it. I'm telling you, that's what happens here. I am divinity. That's not an excuse. So, encourage you. Check us out. My trusted tech guy here We'll have something there for you to find out about what and when, how. But I'm telling you, the how is pretty simple. I'm going to show you who you're not. I'm going to show you who you are. And you get to decide which one you want to stay in. One that I had where it caused all of the problems, or that one moment in your life. That one moment that shook you to your knees, that surprised at the brightness, lightness of it. That's what you can have. This process. 2 hours, not 20 years. So I'll see you on our next call. Take care. Pleasure chatting.